Who am I? What do I know? Who am I? I don't. I say that I feel this tenseness, this frustration on my shoulders. I feel this inner rage within myself of not knowing who I am. This sense of feeling lost. This sense of there's more to life than that I've been taught. More to know, more to feel, more to be. Within my own inner guidance and reflection through the darkness of the light of the shadow, I have started to step into my true being, my true self-worth, my true energy. And to know that the guilt and shame that I feel, that I hold within my shoulders of not being who I am, is simply just an energy that I can move and let go of in order to be who I am destined to be. The truest version of my energy will allow me to guide and be the truest version of me and show a new way and feel a new beginning. Feel a way that is destined and longing for many of us. To be understood, to be felt, to be seen, to be heard, to be known. For years we have felt lost, felt that we are alone. But we are in this sense of calling, we are in this sense of coming back home, coming one, coming whole. By coming within and to know that the energy within are our clue points. What we need in order to express our true being, to set our soul free. Our energy, our blueprint, our individuality, our self-expression. We are of the same kind, yet no two are ever the same. Their voice, their way, their feeling, their calling, their channeling. This energy within is a way back home to source, to self, to knowing that there is more. There is always more of what we can give, of what we know. There is always more that we can share, that we can guide, that we can be. The question is, are you ready to see? Are you ready to know that what you currently have is outdated, is no longer known, is no longer here, is no longer form? We are all pure energy. We all have something different to bring. Yet our old society has taught us and shown us that we are form, that we must have things in order to define us as who we are. This is no longer. This is no longer the way, no longer what we need in order to be guided, in order to know. We have been gifted this opportunity to come back within through pure energy, pure guidance, pure light, pure love. Our truest, purest, natural form has been gifted to us to embrace now. All we have to do is be open to receive. And for many, it has started. For many, it has begun. I know on my journey, I have gone through guilt and shame and frustrations and anger and sadness. The biggest has been sadness. The tears have non-stop flowed. And within that, I have learnt to become vulnerable. Vulnerable in public spaces, vulnerable within myself, of knowing that it is okay. It is okay to have these emotions, for I am human. And I have been gifted the opportunity to feel. And I desire to feel it all, to know, to embrace, to be. True feeling is our true calling. Are you ready to feel? Are you ready to be guided to your true light, to your true way? Or has it already begun? Has life shown you the next clue point that you need in order to keep finding your way? Are you stuck? Or are you willing to keep going, to keep building, to know that you can do this alone, but to know that you also don't have to? Heck, there are many things that I have done on my own, but then many that I have done with others. And to know that their guidance is what brought me home. But the biggest guidance that I had was knowing that this newfound energy within me, within self-expression, within the movement of my body, within this reconnection of myself, I felt that I was no longer blaming myself. I was no longer lost. And I found others who were also feeling the same. Upon this evolutionary change within ourselves, we can feel lost and we can feel unguided, yet there is this inner knowing that everything is unfolding exactly how it is destined to. So we keep unraveling, we keep following the new clues. And step by step, it's bringing us home. But it doesn't mean that we're not going to go through some suffering or some darkness or shadow work along the way. We're walking uphill and we're carrying a big bag. And this bag is heavy, so we're letting things go along the way. Upon reaching the top, we realize that our bag is now empty, but it's light. Yet our car is at the bottom and we're now ready to go back home. So upon walking back down the mountain, we start putting things back in. We've let go of everything that we know, yet upon letting go, we realize that there are things that we need. And one of those things that we threw out were our car keys. How are we going to drive home? Closing doors is natural and it's okay. For every door that we close, there's always a window opening. A new way forward. We can still let in the breeze. We can still breathe. We are okay. New calibration, evolution. It's messy. But it is brave and it is bold. Know that what you are going through, what you are currently experiencing is natural. It's okay. We're all going through it. We're just on different stages of our evolution. And step by step and piece by piece, we are putting ourselves back together for having been lost for so many generations. However, being lost has allowed us as a species to learn, to feel, to know that we are the creators of our own reality. Only we have been creating this negativity. Now, that may hit hard to know that we're creating world hunger. We're creating the wars. We're creating the car crash, someone to die. But we can also recreate it. The more that we let go of our inner negativity, disbeliefs, rage, frustration, sadness, we move to a higher frequency of love. When all we're radiating is love, connection to soul, connection to spirit, connection to the earth and one another, our world will reflect who we are. You're currently noticing darkness around you. It's a reflection of you. Told you it wasn't going to be easy to hear. No one wants to blame themselves for something bad that's happening along the way. However, we do. It's natural. It's what we've been taught. It's what we've always known. I said this is a generational change. But it's a generational opportunity. An opportunity to witness, to notice that what we think in our mind is creating what's on the outside. We can recreate our own reality. We can recreate life. We can recreate what we see, what we feel, what we know. The first step is awareness, noticing. Noticing what's on the outside, which will reflect what's on the inside. Choosing to not run away from the things that we see. You'll notice that you can't. Let's say there's something you don't like and it creates this inner feeling of uncomfortability. I don't like that. I don't want that. Why is that in my way? It'll keep coming up. It may not be directly in your world, but you'll see it. Life will keep reflecting it back to you. The question is, will you notice? Will you piece the messages together to know that it is only you who is creating this uncomfortability? And it is only you who has the power to go within, to acknowledge and to feel. To truly feel that insecurity, the anger, the frustration, the sadness, the anxiety. We all know what emotions are. We all have past experiences where we've allowed ourselves to live through that emotion and we've created something. We created this scenario and it played itself out. And yes, it taught us something, and yes, it created us to move in a different direction. But we've been now given this gifted this opportunity to feel the inner emotion within, to not react to it, to not put it out, and to know within feeling this energy, we can do it in a private space and now know that we're not going to create that moment in the physical. Taking the time to go within before going out for the day creates this opportunity to only create love. There are many of us that don't agree with how the world currently is. And I told you this won't be nice to listen to, but we're all creating it. But we can recreate what we see by changing ourselves of who are within. Peace, love, light, unity, oneness. It all starts with you. It starts with a choice. It starts with a new way. We are the divine union that we have been so longing for. Yet it starts within self. It is no longer something that we are searching for. It is something that we feel. It is something that we know. And it is here now. The doors are no longer knocking. The doors are no longer shut. The energy is here. It is open. It is now. If you so desire to continue to open your soul and to know that the power is within you, continue to go down the path of vulnerability, of uncomfortableness, of love and light. And to know that every suffering, every story, every path is leading you back home. From my heart to yours, let's create the biggest galactic high that the earth has ever seen. Love and light.